cutting horse was born on the open range, where ranchers would gather vast herds for branding, doctoring, and drive them up the famous trails to feed a hungry nation over 100 years ago. Some horses were better suited for separating a cow from the herd, becoming the royalty of the remuda. Ranchers would brag and bet on who had the best cutting hoss, and competitions arose. These select few were crossbred to create what we have today.
Howdy folks, Kenny Emi here for the Weekend Cutter. Come join us as we travel from coast to coast and visit top cutting horse trainers as they prepare their students to compete in the Western industry's most exciting equine sport. So sit back, relax, and you'll learn what it takes to become a top weekend cutter.
Wrangler Premium Performance Cowboy Cut Jeans. Comfort that works as hard as you do. 20% longer lasting denim. More comfortable waist. Premium Performance Cowboy Cut Jeans. Wrangler. Long live cowboys.
Whether your horse is a competitor in the show pen, your right hand on the farm, or a retiree, a long, healthy life awaits him. From pharmaceutical and healthcare products to supplements and stable supplies, FarmVet will deliver you the products that will keep your horses and other pets happy and healthy for their entire life. When it comes to the products you trust, you can rely on FarmVet.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us in this two-part series of visiting with the legend Buster Welch. Stay tuned for part 2 of the Buster Welch series. Here we go. Ted Sokol is an open trainer, also from Florida. Him and his brother Corky Sokol is down in Brenham. Ted's question was, what's the best practical joke you've ever played on anybody, and who was it?
Bill Freeman. I sent some buffalo heads to get them mounted, like this steer head, and some ropes to be tamed. And Bill and Shorty were working for me, and Shorty and I had a deal to work good. He would take Greg with him, and I would keep Bill with me, and we got along better.
Yeah.
If Bill went with Shorty, they were arguing. Greg stayed with me, we were arguing.
Yeah.
So one day, Bill had, Shorty had taken Greg and gone to Midland. I had a ranch out there and had a bunch of yearlings. And they were shaping up some to send back to the ranch south of Sweetwater to use train on. And so Bill and I got done working the horses at noon. It was hot. Oh, I got a little ahead of my story. Bill and Greg were about 16. And, you know, they were that age where they didn't want to do very much. And I'd tell them all the time, I'd say, I'm going to drive stakes down so I can watch y'all and see if you're moving. and they'd leave the doors open. They'd come in the front door and leave it open, go out the back door and leave it open. Well, we had 4 coming 2-year-old buffalo bulls staying around the house, eating in the yard. And I kept telling them, I said, boys, if y'all don't close them doors, them buffalo could get in the house where it's cool. And they really messed it up. So I'd told them that several times. But anyway, we're going to take a nap. We got up at 3 to work while it was cool, you know. And as I laid down, the guy rings me, and he wants his money out of them buffalo heads. Wants me to come right now and get them. So I get in the car, and I go to Abilene and get them. And I back the car up to the yard gate and raise the trunk and take the buffalo heads in the house. And they don't weigh much, you know, and took the robes in and left the car there. And in a little bit, I see Bill coming, rubbing sleep out of his eyes. He's coming from the bunkhouse, coming toward the main house. And I get one of these buffalo heads, and there's a walkway coming in the front door, say about as wide as the other side of that fireplace to this wall. And there's a window, tall, slim window beside the door, each side, and the front door. Well, I had kind of left it ajar. And I run grab one of these buffalo heads, and there's a big picture window, the length of the office, back about that far from it, and I can watch Bill in that reflection. Well, as he starts in that door, I let that buffalo head run out a little. Boy, he whirls and leaves. And I put the buffalo head down, and I go out, and I say, Bill, them buffalo were in the house. He said, I saw one. And I said, listen, we had terrazzo floor. I said, they get that slick, slide around, and this furniture was in there. And he knew I thought a lot of it, you know. And I said, they wrecked that furniture. And so I said, if you move that car, I'll go back in there and see if I can get the other side of it. And then when you come in, you go the other side, and we'll try just to drift them out this door without scaring them. And lucky them 4 buffalo were gone. And so he comes tiptoeing back out, and just as he gets in the door, I run that buffalo head out. Boy, he whirled away. And he got and there's a rock, the porch is rocked, and he got on that, and he'd crawl to that window and peek through it, and I'd stay outside. And he'd go around, I guess he'd try and see further this way, and he'd peek through that window, and I'd stay back. Directly he'd get up, he'd start in that door. Finally, I let him come down that hall about halfway, and I run that buffalo head out toward him. He whirled, leaving there, running so hard, and I've run him a little ways. He didn't look back. I bet he run 100 feet up that road or further. And I'd already got back in and put the buffalo head down before he come back. And he said, you know, it's amazing what your imagination can do. He said, I felt that buffalo breathing on my back. He said it was hot.
All right, so Ted Sokol, there's your Buster Welch best practical joke, and it was on Bill Freeman. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Weekend Cutter.
Roger Peters has insured the performance horse business for over 35 years. Inducted into the NCHA's Hall of Fame in 1999, Open World Champions to the Amateur Weekend Cutters have come to trust the Peters family.
Performance horses are a huge investment. Protect your investment with Roger Peters Livestock Insurers. I do.
Smart and Slick is the kind of stallion you want in your breeding program. His foals are competing and winning in a variety of performance arenas. No matter what direction you want to take your colt, Slick can get you there. Winning 203 weekend checks across the country the hard way. Put a Slick in your breeding program. Smart and Slick's 2011 breeding fee is $900. Contact Meridian Equine Center at meridiananimalhospital.com.
Hey, glad you made it. Welcome back to the Weekend Cutter. Buster, that's kind of what my horse is tuned up pretty good and he's pretty sharp, but my showmanship as an amateur needs to be tuned on a little bit.
Well, that's a never-ending job.
Yes, sir. Is there kind of anything that over the years you've always kind of told your clients when they're going to the herd, you know, what they need to be doing or concentrating on to go out there and
Keep it simple.
keep it simple?
If you think you're going too slow, slow down.
Okay?
And there's a space right beside that cow that keeps her headed, keeps her handle.
Okay?
You got to get in that bubble and stay in that space as smooth as you can.
Okay?
And actually, that's the time to quit thinking and go to reacting.
And go to reacting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's part of the horsemanship or the showmanship side of it is just repetition, going to the herd, making the mistakes, learning from each one of them and correcting it.
And then get to the point you don't think too much.
That tends to mess up a lot of amateurs.
Yes. You know, just get confidence in yourself and go in there and don't try to think, just I'm going to do it, and if it's going to work, it'll work this way.
Yes, sir.
And be confident that and there's always something could go wrong and you'd have to do something different.
Right.
But you need to go in with confidence and in your mind say, if it's going to work, it's going to work this way.
Okay.
And it'll work 90% of the time if you're doing it right.
Okay.
But 10% of the time it won't, even if you do it right.
Well, that's some of the genius of Buster Welch. Now we're going to see if we can put it to practice. What do you think, Buster?
All right, go ahead. I'll hold her.
All right.
Get up there, get that space. Push, push, push. 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 Whoa. Whoa.
Caught myself doing it again, Corey.
Push. Quit. Back up. Yeah.
Well, did you see much improvement from the first time I went to the last time?
Yes. Quite a bit. Boy, you're riding him better too. None of that popping up.
Yes, sir. Well,
He'll smooth up more and more as you ride him smooth. And he'll get faster. He really stopped and turned right here one time. Did you feel
I felt
that?
it. It felt really good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, and just remembering to push. Pushing on that horn makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And,
And slide in that saddle forward with your rear.
yes, sir. I felt a lot different. It felt like there was a couple times where normally he would pop me out of the saddle, where I was there and
Yeah.
I wasn't coming out. So that was great.
Push, 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 push. Very good, very good. Quit right there. That was a lot better. Did that seem better?
Felt a lot better. When I got over here, it seemed like he wanted to kind of throw his shoulder in a little bit,
Yeah,
but other than that, you know, it was right there in the middle.
but boy, he had confidence to get down there and stay down there with you.
Yes, sir.
And one time he started bouncing, he stopped hard and kind of did his head that way, you know. That meant you was giving him the whoa signal.
I mean, matter of fact, there's nothing but palm. My hand was open,
Yeah.
just pushing the whole
Don't stick your feet up. Keep them feet under you.
time. Okay.
Sit down on that horse. It's
Okay.
all of us brace some when we stop. You're going to naturally do that.
Just
Yeah.
push on that horn, keep them underneath.
Yeah. And it's all right to brace, but don't be sticking them feet out there.
Okay.
So,
Yes, sir. That was good. Thank you, Buster.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Quick learner.
I try to soak everything up I can. It's just amazing to be out here at your place in this beautiful weather, and you know, I just couldn't think of a better place to be today.
Well, good.
Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Weekend Cutter.
When you feed a Purina product, you're definitely going to see a difference. The work that we do here at the farm really contributes to horses overall.
No one else invests the time and energy and effort like this research farm and the horses we have here.
They're just, you know, a spectacular animal.
Stay tuned. We're busy here and we got a lot more work to do.
See the Purina difference. Take the 60-day challenge and save on Purina feed. Sign up at purinadifference.com.
Saddles are a very important element in a cutting pen. You know, the way we build our saddles, they're all hand cut, they're hand fit. We put all the other ground seats in them. And for an amateur or even for non-pros, especially the amateurs, you know, when you get into cutting, you're not really learning how to ride, you're learning how to sit. And we also carry a wide variety of apparel, you know, custom belts, boots, tack, and of course, saddles.
Hey, glad you made it. Welcome back to the Weekend Cutter. Bob Alford. Bob is the elected sheriff in Johnson County. Good friend, pays attention, watches the show. His was just to name and describe your best horse, and that's hard to pick from because you got so many to choose from.
Well, it really would be hard. But Miss Little Peppy was unique. Boy, those others were unique and good. But he was the best. If I was going to pick the best horse to go gather a wild cow out of rough, brushy country, I'd pick him. If I was going to pick a horse to go win a cutting on, I'd pick him. If I was going to pick a horse to go a long distance on, I'd pick him. He was smooth walking, smooth trotting, smooth loping, smooth running. And I've got to think he's by far the best that I rode.
Well, he was sure special, and I remember seeing. It was just within the last 3 years that Little Peppy passed away, and it wasn't too much before that. You and Miss Shayla got to go down and see him. There was a picture of you and her standing with him in the stall, or right outside the stall there down. It was King Ranch.
Yeah,
that's where he is. And I just thought, that was, if Little Peppy could speak, that would have had to have been the highlight of his life, is getting to see you walk in the barn.
He knew us. When we walked up, he knew us right quick. And he brightened up. He was pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
But he brightened right up when we walked up. And that was during the King Ranch
50th? 150 year anniversary, yeah. But I remember seeing that. I'm thinking, well, and it wasn't too much longer after that, Little Peppy passed away. And I thought, how special was it that Buster and Miss Shayla got to go see him?
Yeah.
But that was Bob Alford.
He's a mighty lucky horse. He was a mighty lucky horse. His whole life, that Joe Kirk Fulton did it right. And you can't beat King Ranch with horses. And he had a good life all the way.
Yeah, he definitely, he was definitely living the good life as far as a horse is concerned, and was treated good his whole life.
Yeah.
In a big round pen, the spirits are high, and every once in a while, good house come by. There's some loose rein, saddle on tight, sitting in the middle, make money tonight. Run like hell and turn on the dime, get yourself a horse line. Watch him go, you feel the tingle of the fire and the blood. Run like hell and turn on dime in the sand or the mud. Catch your mares with corn in a can, take them on down, 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 down in the big man. Put them in a feather light mill tonight, haul them, roll them on down the road. Take them on down, take them on down, take them on down, knock a lane. Take them on down, take them on down, take them on down, knock a lane. Then the money starts coming from everywhere around the breed of your baby Lena. It just might be the richest man around your town is ever seen. Every once in a while, something special come along here, make you smile. Every once in a while, something special come along here, make you smile. In a big round pen, the spirits are high, and every once in a while, good house come by. It's loose rein, saddle on tight, sitting in the middle, make money tonight. Run like hell and turn on the dime, and get yourself a horse like mine. Lightning, 20 for the bit on 6. 20 for the bit on lightning, damn little horse is quick. 20 for the bit on lightning, 20 for the bit on fire. 20 for the bit on lightning, get a little horse like mine. Run like hell and turn on the dime, get yourself a horse like mine. Smile little Lena, lucky little Lena, come loose little Lena on me. Smile little Lena, lucky little Lena, come loose little Lena on me. Run like hell and turn on down and get yourself a horse like mine.
folks, thanks for joining us in this two-part series of visiting with the legend Buster Welch. Be sure and come cut up with us a little bit next week on the Weekend Cutter.
Every once in a while, something special come along here, make you smile. Every once in a while, something special come along here, make you smile. In a big round pen, the spirits are high, and every once in a while, good horse come by. It's loose rein, saddle on tight, sitting in the middle, make money tonight. Run like hell and turn on the dime, get yourself a